Broad Street Live. Learn more right after this.
Packers. Viking. Packers. Viking. Viking.
Red state, blue state, vegan.
Carnivore.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
Downtown.
Optimist.
We come to different conclusions.
Half empty.
Half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities,
Live.
our families,
United.
even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
Welcome to Community Watch. Greg,
Good.
how are you?
Fine. Yourself, brother?
Pretty good, pretty good. This is a show that I think you would like.
You say
So-
that a lot sometimes.
Well, a lot of our topics, the ones, of course, a lot of them you pick yourself, of course, but even the ones that I pick, I think Shropshire will like this.
Yeah, because there's some I just...
Some, okay. All right. But today, we've got a couple of young entrepreneurs, some businessmen, starting a fairly new operation, and
I'm liking that already.
yeah,
brother.
yeah. So, and we've had a number of business people on the show over the years, and it's very challenging to start a small business. You know,
Yes.
it takes some courage to do it and to stick with it. It's hard
Yeah.
to do that. I mean, you ought to know you have like 12 businesses yourself, don't you?
It takes a lot of courage to stick to it in this. Yeah, especially when the cost exceeds the revenue. I mean, you really have to be committed to it. So, yeah, it takes a lot.
So today we'll be talking about a fairly new business called Broad Street Live, and we'll have the two partners who are going to be with us. I think it'll be a great show, very interesting show. Stay with us. We'll be back with our guests right after this.
My college offers classes that meet my educational and career goals.
with opportunities outside the classroom.
where the faculty know me by name.
My college can prepare me for my career.
I can earn an associate's degree and transfer credits toward my bachelor's.
My college is a state college within the university system of Georgia.
My college is affordable.
It's close to home.
My college has online opportunities.
It's where excellence begins.
We are
GHC, Georgia Highlands College.
Welcome back to Community Watch, and we have been joined by Delvecchio Adams and Derek Johnson. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's great to have you both.
Nice to be here.
So, how long has Broad Street Live been in existence now?
Right at about 11 months.
11 months. So it's not quite a year old yet.
Almost. December.
All right. So
Right,
the
December
first year
21st.
anniversary.
Yeah.
You know, some businesses don't make it that long.
Well, let's back up. What is Broad Street?
Well, I know.
Okay.
Well, tell us a little bit about the business and what your service is.
Okay, well, Broad Street Live is a social company. That's the term we come to coin. A social company. We love being in the community. We love interacting with the community and just showcasing the community. What we do is we do live event coverage. We do promotional ads for small businesses. So that's small business marketing. And we also come up with our own content.
And some social media marketing as well.
All right, so
So if I have an event, I can call Broad Street Live, and y'all will come and broadcast. I'm guessing streaming it on Facebook or whatever platform, whatever.
Yeah, on our it'll be streamed through Broad Street Live TV on our Facebook platform.
Okay.
So you do live coverage
right.
of events, And you also do like promotional events in advance of the event.
Right, right.
So like commercials or.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Just to build up some anticipation for the event that's coming. So.
Yeah, get the public, you know, excited about it before it hits, and then if the public doesn't come out, then we showcase what the event is. So maybe next year you'll be more excited about it or more interested to come. Yeah.
Now I have seen y'all at, well, most recently, the Rome International Film Festival.
Right.
Saw you there.
Right.
Saw you at the Rome Area Council of the Arts Beer Fest. And I saw you at the One Table event.
Right.
Covering all three of those events. So I'm just from that. I'm assuming y'all are getting a lot of work.
We are.
Well, do you have enough? You need more.
Well, definitely.
We always want more.
Yeah.
We always want more.
It's slowly, gradually been growing since we started. We've been spending a year formulating. The ideas done changed a couple of times, but we're at this point it's more where the idea where we originally wanted to go with it. So
a little bit of trial and error.
Yeah.
But that's with any business. So,
Right.
but let me make sure clear with it, so I can. So, if an organization or somebody, doesn't matter the event, I'm assuming it could be a wedding or it could be a gala. So you would actually, a person would contract with you to come out, and so I guess you were filming the event.
Yeah, we're going to film the event while it's happening, or do a live pre-show, depending on what type of event it is, because some like major events that we've done in the past, like with the Forum, there's like copyright issues and whatnot, so we couldn't really film the event or the performance that's going on.
Okay.
So we do like a live pre-show, just kind of amp it up, tell people about what's going on, interview some of the people that's coming out to the event. Just kind of like entertainment news. So that's kind of like where it's kind of hidden.
Okay, and so if I have an event that can be broadcast, so you take care of all of that as well. So like you have your own platform in which you put it out, actually put the event out.
Right.
Okay.
And the unique thing, or what seems unique to me, is that you can do this coverage as it's happening.
As it's happening.
Real time.
Right now, I believe that we are the only live event coverage team, probably in Northwest Georgia. I would like to think.
Yeah.
So.
Well, until somebody tell you different.
Get that mindset going.
Yeah, until somebody tell you different.
Well, take us through a little bit with how the business got started and what it was that made you think, this is something that's needed.
Well, I'll let you.
Okay. Well, I love media, just in general, graphic designs, videography, photography, and I kind of just wanted to formulate a way to combine everything that I enjoy doing and make it a business. So, Dad, being my partner, we had some conversations and kind of just formulated how to put it in, like just covering events, doing some live streaming of the events, and then like the idea just like ding, Broad Street Live, and then it was like, this might be it. But we sat on it for a while before we actually pursued it because we was working on something else. And then Derek came to me and he was just like, Broad Street Live, man, we need to make it happen. So we've been at it ever since, consistently.
Go ahead.
Well, I think there are a lot of people out there that have an idea, that think about going into business, but it doesn't ever happen, or they hit a wall and don't go any further. But obviously that didn't happen with you. You were able to take the idea and make it happen, even though maybe it took a little while for it to start. But so you made that happen, and I'm just wondering. We don't know what happened with the other folks where it doesn't ever come to pass, but with you it did. So I'm just wondering, I guess, how exactly did you start? I mean, how do you go from, on a Thursday not having a business, but on Friday you got one? So what are the things that how did you do research into business? Did you know some things already? Do you have contacts in business that helped you?
Not somewhat per se. We always kind of had a entrepreneurial mindset. We used to, in the younger days, promote parties and events and stuff like that. So we kind of just brought that idea and added the digital component to it, and kind of went from there. You want to add anything to that?
Well, let me pull you back some though.
Okay.
Because you said y'all started out, I guess, younger,
Mm-hmm.
Promoting events, I guess, local parties or whatever.
Yeah.
And I heard you say even graphic design aspects in there. One of the barriers, I think a lot of businesses, is finances. Just having the equipment. So was it one of those? So when you started, was it one of those things where we gotta go to work right now, but as soon as we get off, we putting all our spare time into creating our business, so we're kind of self-funding as we go. So we working to keep the heats and the lights on, but every dime over that is going into our business.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the model you took, like
Yeah.
a shoestring budget. We just go make this happen.
Yeah, and that's exactly, and that's where we're at right now. We're self-funded. Everything
comes out of our pocket.
Yeah, everything, the equipment, the graphic designs. He handles a lot of that. I run the social media pages. It's just a pretty much in-house operation. And we just, like you said, in our spare time between jobs and families, just put our time into
Broad Street
the
Live.
idea.
But there's a lot of, that's scary sometimes, but there's a lot of freedom and liberation in it.
It is.
It is.
Really, your success or failure is really going to be determined by the amount of sweat equity you put into this.
Right,
Like nobody else is going to just
Right.
give you all this money and say go run with it.
Right.
And but as it grows, I'm sure as you've seen in these 11 months, you've hit certain milestones where you're like, man, we really pulled that off, or we really had that event. And and it's pride in it because you put work into it.
Yeah, and
Like just recently we were given all access press passes to the Roma International Film Festival. Like that was a milestone for us because it just started as an idea. Like it's an idea that we just kind of like just molded, and like now we're being recognized like entertainment news, So that means a lot. I mean that was I'm very excited about that. So
yeah, it's definitely beautiful to see your work manifest once you put that intent and
speaking into existence.
Yeah, and stay on it.
And I know Doc got some questions, but I'm gonna go ahead and get mine out now. But I'm encouraged because as young African American men, there's a lot of boundaries, a lot of barriers, and even some of it is just internal and mental. Some of the things I think sometimes the obstacles we put before ourselves. Clearly you two was that key to that, having a partner, part of that you had somebody to hold you accountable, also had your back, so that because I'm quite sure it was scary at times, but having a partner, someone that you knew you could count on, was that important? Was that crucial to y'all being able to launch this program, launch this company?
Most definitely.
Definitely having that partnership going into some of the events or areas that we went into in the beginning. Like you said, being young African Americans, it was kind of unnerving in the beginning because we didn't know how we was going to be accepted or received. So yeah, it was definitely helpful to have each other,
Yeah.
Like me and you, Doc.
I still don't know how we're received.
But I know I got your back and you got mine too.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's all that
That's all
matters.
that matters.
Well, I know that just the 3 events where I saw you those were high profile events. And for y'all to be the ones that were somebody pointed to or picked or knew or something to pull into those events, I mean, that's significant.
It is.
That's significant.
It is.
We got to take a break here in a few seconds, so we will come back, talk to these gentlemen a lot more, so do not go away.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We're having a conversation with partners involved in the business Broad Street Live, which is just under a year old now. We're talking with Delvecchio Adams and Derek Johnson. So, did you have business from the beginning, or did you have? Was there a period of seeking?
Yes, we're still seeking. But we just did some door-to-door, just talking to people, trying to sell them on the idea, and we had some pretty good people that we ran into that really believe in what we're doing. So,
well, that's great. I noticed that you were looking at what looked like a business plan. Is that something you created just totally on your own, or did you get any advice about it, or how did that come to be?
For the most part, we created it on our own, but we have had some advice or advisors along the way. But for the most part, it's just us sitting down and just figuring everything out. What seeing what the services we offer, what we feel might be reasonable to be compensated for it, and stuff of that nature.
I'm really excited about this, and the reason why, because I just think, one, as a member of the 100, one of our areas is economic empowerment, and what you're doing is what we want. We want to encourage young people of color to take their destiny into their own hand, create businesses. You don't have to work for somebody all your life. You can create your own business.
There you go.
And we really want to promote that. And I'm just thinking in my mind, like, man, there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of events that goes on within our community, and because y'all are just starting, you ain't so expensive, can't nobody afford you now before you get there. But it's just a lot of opportunities to connect with organizations and business right here in Rome that could naturally use your services. Because a lot of times I don't know how many fundraisers I've been a part of, and when it's over, and people say, "Well, I didn't know." I didn't know, and we just assume that you just put it on Facebook, or if you make a flyer, everybody's going to hear about it. And clearly there's a need and there's a space for that type of digital and promotional aspect of fundraising and other business that I think a lot of times we just take it for granted. But I've been a part of and I've missed events. I said, man, I didn't know y'all had that. I just saw it in the paper this weekend that y'all had this event, and I heard nothing about it.
And that's kind of what the premise is. Like, a lot of people don't know what's going on, so we want to try to keep people up to date to what's going on. Like, so what's coming up next week, the week before that, we do a weekend lineup every week that we try to keep people informed, because there's a lot going on. Yeah. There's a whole lot going on.
And it's definitely for our ages. We're not specifically specifying anything, but the youth is big in our mind, because we want them specifically. They don't have, they don't know that all this is down here, what Rome has to offer. And then we knew it growing up. We always wanted to get out, like Kennesaw, Marietta, so we're trying to promote things to keep them here. So,
Which is, I would think the city itself would appreciate, because it's one of the things when you talk to young people that we clearly know they can't. I want to get out of Rome, man. But then when you learn, man, that's a lot of stuff happening in Rome that I just never knew about. And so I just think there's such a need for what you're offering. And I think you're right. I don't know right off the top of my head who else does this. And I'm actually kind of upset with myself because I'm just thinking, because you said 11 months. I've already gone back several events within 11 months. I'm like, why didn't we have them? Why weren't we in business with Soul Fest? Soul Fest was a great event. Why was that not part of it? So already I'm thinking, man, we could have benefited even more had we had this service. So I'm excited for you guys, because I really think you have something that is needed across the board.
We appreciate that.
And you know what's what's interesting to me is that this is a concept that really I wouldn't have ever considered. I mean, I know I'm 800 years old, but when even now, I think like at the college or other places, when people think about advertising or promoting, they think about, you know, an ad in a paper or something, you know, kind of static and you know, I don't know how effective that is, especially with a younger group who are not likely probably to even read the paper. I don't know.
And I'm not adequate enough in Facebook. Even when I see some Facebook Live posts, I be kind of, you know. So I mean, so it's that gap. There's clearly a gap between generations of how we even advertise. So I think you're right. We don't even think about that. So, I like that it's new and it's original, something you're doing, but also, Del Vecchio, I like what you said, and you created a business out of something you just love doing.
Right.
And that's great.
Yeah. Well, you know, my mentor always told me, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life because it's not work. But since we got y'all on there, I just want to make it known. You know, I ain't gonna say I want the hookup, but we get off air. We gotta talk business. We gotta talk business because y'all have me excited. Just the thought of entrepreneurs and seeing and recognizing a need, and then just what you're doing already to let that evolve into a business and grow. And you know, I expect 11 months, man. In another 11 months, man, just think, because y'all done some huge events in my mind already. And so just being able to build on that.
Yeah, and we're very thankful for all those opportunities as well.
Every single one of them.
Yes, every one of them. Anybody who took that chance to believe in the product, we definitely appreciate that. So, and we're looking forward to more and next year. And yeah.
Now I know you have a website.
Right.
BroadStreetLive.com, right? You have a Facebook page as well?
Right.
So is it, you also find that as Broad Street Live?
Broad Street Live, all the way across the board on every platform.
Okay.
Yes.
So is Facebook still
prevalent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm beginning to see. I mean, I know a lot of my students are beginning to leave,
Snapchat or something,
and do something else, because you know, once they saw people my age on Facebook, it wasn't interesting.
All their parents or something. We found it to still be useful. I think it's more useful for the older age groups, as opposed to the Instagram, where it seems to be where most of our young followers end up gravitating to.
Because I keep hearing this stuff about Snapchat. Now, I don't have no Snapchat. I'm just now really starting to use Facebook Messenger, because I really don't even like doing that. I mean, if you got something to tell me, text me.
Let it be that.
Facebook has made everybody accessible.
Yeah.
Like easily accessible.
Yeah. So we find people still use it. We get a good response off of both, but it definitely seems to be a split in demographics.
Yeah. So I guess one of the things that y'all will have to do as you progress is just to stay new and in touch with whatever is out there.
Yeah.
And find ways to use all of that.
Yeah, and to stay innovative and just keep pushing it forward.
Yeah, question. So how is this, as going into business, how has the response been from those around you? Because I know when you have a passion and you have a dream, it can become all-inclusive. It can take up a lot of time, and it don't take long for you to run a file. So how has that been from family and friends, just kind of, this whole growth process?
My family's happy for me. They encourage me to be an entrepreneur, to step out and do what I love to do. So that makes me feel kind of like, put me in a good space. I'm supported. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think more in the beginning, before they, seen it become.
Before the money money came in?
Yeah. When they, I guess, maybe, cause a lot of times I feel like when you're passionate about something, when something isn't your ideal 9 to 5, then people really don't connect that it's that this is a job too. It's not a hobby or something that I'm just playing around with. So I think once they seen that we were serious and we stayed consistent, then the support started to come more. Yeah.
Because I just know it can be hard, and I think a lot of times, and we're definitely have to get y'all in front of some of the kids we work with. A lot of times I don't, people say they want to be an entrepreneur, they want to be a business person, they want to own their own business. But I know that's a lot of work. You work far more as a business owner than you do in a 9 to 5.
Because it's all on you solely.
I recently chose to become just completely Broad Street Live. So almost immediately, I went from working a 12-hour shift plus doing whatever I could do for Broad Street Live to like 16-hour day for Broad Street Live, just trying to get everything caught up to where it should be. And I'm like, dang. But it's more fulfilling. It's more fulfilling because I'm doing it for myself. And I know ultimately it's going to benefit me and my family a whole lot more than it would just clocking in and being miserable on somebody's job.
Yeah.
So
that's one of our among the many reasons. That's another one of our biggest reasons: legacy and generational wealth. Really, just having something to leave for our kids, for them to be able to walk into. So. Yeah.
Or if not, they can at least have the money and say, I want to do that.
I'm good.
But thank you, Dad. I want to do this.
Being able to give them a head start is definitely.
And that's what it's about. And that's really what it's about. It's about being able to, so that your generation, your family doesn't have to start off on zero or negative.
Yeah, we start.
Right, but that's a conversation that can go on forever.
Oh, trust me.
Well, we've only got about a minute left in this segment, but if someone goes to your website, will they be able to see samples of your work, or what you can do, or what will they find there?
They will find pretty much, they get a glimpse into what it is. It's not completely developed, but they can visit it. But most of our action and activity is on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, all right, so they can look there as well.
But soon enough, the website will be completely ready and you're going to be blown away.
All right. Well, we got to take another break here. More when we get back. Don't go away.
If you're looking for a new pet that your family will cherish every day, consider adopting from a shelter. Shelters are the best places to find a new pet. That's where you'll discover healthy, loyal, and loving animals, eager to become a part of your family. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet, so bring home your new buddy today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We've been having a conversation with Delvecchio Adams and Derek Johnson of Broad Street Live, a business that allows you to promote, record, advertise in ways maybe you had never considered. So they can reach y'all, I would guess, through the Facebook page.
Right.
Broad Street Live, and check out the website as well. I would wish y'all luck, but I'm not sure you need it really. Things are going well.
We take all the
we'll take all the look.
Well, thank y'all, and thank you for being with us this week on Community Watch. We'll see you next time.